Hi everyone, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Another day of 30 inks, 30 days. I originally put that there, but I am already regretting that decision because I'm going to get ink everywhere. So let's choose one and then let's use that as a bit of a paperweight. I think I've chosen from the top of late. What if I do a bit of twirly, whirly, twirly? Is there like a middle one I can choose? So I'm just twirling around. All right, let's go. What's that one there? Vinta Inks, Malayan Apple, Macopa, 1938. Looks like magenta-y in there. So this is another one I got for Mother's Day. So it's going to be in that purpley, pinky, etc. range. I didn't move that yesterday. Let's move that up there. And I'm reminding myself now to take them off at the end of this video to show you without the backing underneath. Okay, I think this is going to be only like the second or third Vinta inks that I've tried. So it's definitely still an ink brand that I have lots to learn about. Oh God, it's super saturated in there. Like that is just coating the side of that barrel. Let's give this a go. I'm going to suspect that this is going to coat this nib quite a bit. Oh, and I am wrong. You never know. You try and sound informed and you come across sounding like a fool. So straight away, what I'm noticing is just how saturated this ink is going down. Whether it's because of the dip nib or not, I actually thought it was going to be lighter, and I'm going to stop talking about that train of thought because holy moly, look at the sheen as it dries. Oh, I hope that's coming through. Okay, I'm going to try and do this quickly so I can show you. So this ink goes down a really dark, saturated, deep magenta, and as it dries, this gold green sheen just completely takes over, and that has just popped up both out of nowhere and really quickly, because I would imagine that that ink is not completely dry, but it's covered the entire thing. Wow, that's incredible. Oh God. And it's changed. If you, like, I know there's sheen there, but if you just look from a bit afar, to me that almost looks like a brown ink now, and this really punchy magenta that you're seeing when it first goes down is just, it's not there. It's like its distant cousin who, I don't know, drinks too much at weddings so then becomes the center of attention is really all I'm seeing. All right, let me finish the writing sample because I am intrigued. It feels nice to write with, what did we say this was called? Malayan apple. All right, let me write this down here. Oh, that's coming out. And I'm going to write the full thing, and hopefully you can watch as it dries. Macopa, 1938. And of course I didn't center that because why would I have saved myself that frustration? So before it dries, can you see super magenta-y pinky, yeah? And then look as it starts to dry. Look at that sheen coming through. I'm really hoping it's catching the light. And look, okay, it's not everywhere. There are bits of the magenta, which is also really cool. That's pretty dry. Can you see in the Vinta inks? Wow. I love that that is super sheeny, but not shiny, if that makes sense. There's like still a subtlety to it, at least here. I mean, interestingly, there's like nothing there. That is a really interesting. Oh, I was like looking at it, not seeing if it was in camera or not. Just trying to really, wow. There's something really intriguing about that. Is it green or is it gold? I think it might be green, and then against the purple it's looking gold is what I'm thinking. Let's have a look at let's do a swatch, because I wonder if that'll help us discover that a little bit more. All right, give me 1 sec. All right. So I keep knocking the camera, so I am doing it to the side here because it was just really frustrating me. But let's jump in and do this. I'm so intrigued as to how this is going to look. Ooh, it was just pumping out the sides there. So wet ink, ready, steady, spaghetti. Wow. So that is what I was first seeing as it was going down. A really punchy magenta, like no questions about what ink you were seeing in front of you. And then it was just started changing before my eyes. So I'm going to do the writing sample, but honestly, I wouldn't be watching this. I'd be watching that swatch as it dries. And I can already see it's like going like a halo out, which is also just super cool. So I think in this I said I thought it was a green that was looking gold. There it definitely looks gold. But let's finish off and have a look. Malayan, running out of ink. Malayan apple. So can you see, I'll bring it up. It is just sheening so beautifully. And I'm still someone who's in the beginning of their relationship and journey with sheens. I'm not overly drawn to it, to be honest, but then every now and then I do find one and I just go, oh, wow, that is really beautiful. I think it adds to the ink versus detracting from it, which is similar to kind of how I feel about shimmers. I think that's what I prefer versus an ink that just completely changes. As much as up here I was saying, oh my God, that is completely changing. Looking at it now that it's all dry and I can see the bits where it is just magenta. I think it has a really nice relationship, and I was going to say a symbiosis. I don't even know if that's the right word. I've pulled that word out of my bum. All right, let me bring this up. Ooh, and I still knocked it anyway. That is that sheen that I'm talking about there. So on this paper, on the Stalogy, definitely looking more gold. On this paper here, I feel I was seeing more of a greeny gold. But either way, a pretty beautiful sheen, and I definitely think just adds to that ink. Wow. I mean, for someone who isn't a super fan of sheen, isn't a super fan of like really saturated colors, I am definitely intrigued by that ink, which is very out of my comfort zone. So that I'm not just brushing it off as going, oh, I just can't ever see myself using that. I think for me and my own ink journey speaks volumes. I think I actually like it with more of that green tinge to the sheen on this paper, because it just looks maybe a bit more cohesive versus up here, maybe. But again, maybe tomorrow we can have a look at this swatch dry and where that sheen has kind of settled and left off. But pretty cool way to end the page. And again, so my pages are like either all muted or something else. So that is the end of this page. I almost forgot, but I'll take this out so you can see it without the guide sheets. I don't like these shapes. I tried, not for me, but an interesting mix. A Sailor Chroma shader, a Diamine, what I think is just like a pretty safe standard-ish ink, and then a Vinta with a whole cool bunch of funky, sheeny stuff going on. So a page that really gives a good example of just how wide and far the range and breadth of inks can go. I actually don't mind those two together because that is giving more of a brown feel to it. I think there's something there which is kind of cool. And actually those two are quite nice together. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back again tomorrow. I'm hoping that I'm like less stressed or coming across as less stressed. Definitely around this time in April, I said before or yesterday, whenever I said it, like I got quite self-conscious and everything else. But I am really enjoying the exploring of all of this still. And yeah, it feels like less of a burden this month. Which is great. I haven't tried to like overcommit myself to doing stuff on Instagram as well. I'm really just enjoying it. And you know what? Like if I miss a day, so be it. But so far, this has just been really cool and I've discovered some awesome inks. All right, I will leave it there, guys. I will chat to you all again tomorrow. Bye.